Hello and welcome to Love and Skulls Tarot, your 3-card randomized tarot reading channel. This week we'll be using the Marigold Tarot by Amrit Brar. That's A-M-R-I-T B-R-A-R. I bought this on the actual website run by Amrit Brar, and there are a bunch of other items from this deck that are absolutely beautiful. I have a back patch, a pin, and the tarot reading cloth. And here is, I just pulled a random card out. It is, what do we have? 6 of rings. And then here are the back. It's marigolds. And this has a lot of symbolism from Amrit's Indian heritage, and floats around a lot. These are really good high quality paper, but they're thin and very slick. Okay, let's get our subject in these guys, and I'll just fuck with them until I drop one. Okay, and let's just, what do we get? Service to others. Okay, let me shuffle these while I give you the quick and dirty disclaimer. Tarot is not a substitute for licensed professionals. It is for entertainment purposes only. It can't replace a lawyer, a doctor, a phlebotomist, or a dog catcher. You need a professional for those things. Second, I tend to swear and I tend to talk about social issues, sensitive subjects, etc. So if those things bother you, then kindly click away so that I don't offend you and you don't wind up offending me. Totally cool. Let me get a couple of shuffles on this one. This deck is a dream to shuffle, y'all. An absolute dream. It still smells like the ink. I've had it for a while. I don't know. I've read with it several times. Okay. And 1, 4 of cups. Whoops. Okay. 2 is 3 of wands. And 3, this is service to others. Oh boy, you need to approach service to others with love. 4 of cups, 3 of wands, Knight of cups. So 4 of cups has multiple meanings, like all tarot cards, and a lot of people tend to just see the one meaning of you've got 3 spilled cups, the other one is coming from the sky and you can't be bothered. Okay, it just means an opportunity you're not seeing. The 3 of cups can also mean that you're in a time of grief and you don't want whatever's from the sky. You may know it's there. It can also mean that you have used up those 3 cups and you are a little bit worried about resources. But either way, it generally does show that there's an opportunity that you can't see. And for service for others, you need to, I think, let those opportunities present themselves to you. But 3 of wands is 3 of fire. 3 is protective energy, right? So there's protective energy there, but it's also an early start. And usually the 3s, except the swords, are relatively positive cards. And if you get out of the Rider Waite, then it's, yeah, about the same, actually. Just STFU, they drew it beautifully. Pamela Coleman Smith drew the hell out of that card, and they did a great job. Anyway, back to the 4 of cups. You've got an opportunity you're just not seeing, no big deal, of being in service to others. And the 3 of wands, you've already started on this, which is interesting. So this may be for like a smaller specific part of you guys. It's kind of like you're already working on this. That's great. That's really great. And you're kind of waiting for some of that to come back. And what's going to come back is, well, love. I mean, what makes the universe go round? The principle of love. You know, love is such a trope in so many movies. It's like the power of love, power of love, power of love. But it's true. And you know what? Love is love. Love has been defined in 7 different ways by Plato, and it's got a lot of connotations on it, this, that, and the other. But when you take it down and strip it to its basic energy, love is just love. It's other things that make it romantic love, or the love of a parent for their child, or make it anxious love, or that love hurts. Love itself doesn't do that. Love is an energy, and it can fill us up. And if we give it all away, it can drain us because we didn't keep any love for ourselves. You know, love for your pets. I have a lot of love for my pets most days. Some days I want to kick them. That's not true. I love my dogs all the time. But what you will receive in return is that energy of love. This is really interesting. It's kind of like you have these empty cups. You can see we even have 2 of these turned upside down. This feels a little bit more like a Marseille kind of 4 of Cups. Just, you know, it just feels a little bit like that for that energy. And I always find that the Marseille, to me personally, and other people will feel differently because we all feel differently about everything, the whole damn world. I find the Marseille to be a more joyful tarot system. So the 4 of Cups is not as negative. It means that there's opportunity coming. And in this case, just turn around and look. Turn around and look, and you will see that opportunity to be in service to others. And if you're wondering, well, why the hell should I be in service of others? Because they're draining me dry on these 3 cups. Well, they might have drained you dry on those 3 cups. I mean, nobody else can tell you what your experience was. At the same time, if you've already set out those acts of service and only 3 cups have come back empty, there is still a 4th cup. And that 4th cup would be handed to you from the sky. And this is watching your ships sail in. This is like my pat answer for the 3 of Clubs, is watching the ships that you set out in the 2 of Clubs come back to you. But 3 is also a very protective energy. And so how can it be negative when we're spreading more love in the world? This love will come back to you. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes it feels like everybody just wants to take everything from you and they have nothing to give back. And the problem is when we let ourselves get jaded, and I'm saying we because, oh baby, have I done that many times in my life. When you get jaded, you can't or you won't accept the love that is being offered to you. And this is just love. It's coming towards you. Knights are generally coming towards you. This one is looking away. It's looking down. That's interesting. But this horn is pointed towards you. I think you're heading in this direction. I think you're currently heading in this direction of more feeling that love. It may not be that there's more love around you. It might just be that you're learning how to feel it. But to be in service to others, truly in service to others, is to also be in service to yourself. And if you do those acts of service, and I know I've done a reading on this before, acts of service can go anywhere from like becoming a firefighter for your career so that you can literally save people and kitties from trees, down to giving a person who looks tired your seat on the bus, an older person, a pregnant person, a person who has a lot of burdens that they're carrying around a lot of stuff. It could be helping someone by holding their bag of groceries while they get their keys to open the door. It can be tiny acts of service all the way up to great acts of service. You know, going out and protesting something that you think isn't right to make the world a better place. Giving toiletries to the homeless. And I'm just going to say this. Is it really an act of service if you virtue signal it by taking photos or, oh my God, videos of doing these things? No. That's self-aggrandizement. And we all need to understand that. And we all need to do our best with our egos. Because while so many systems say that you need to work beyond your ego to truly be magical, we have to work with our ego as well. You can work beyond your ego in some things and work with your ego in others. And the hardest part is not to let that ego get in the way. Give love to your acts of service. And in doing that, you're giving love to yourself. And you deserve that love just as much as the person, the creatures, the trees, whatever it is that you're giving that act of service to. You deserve the love from that act of service just as much as the recipient. And thus concludes your 3-card randomized reading. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with Love and Skulls Tarot.